And indeed, we are back with our guest, Aline Vida. Aline, how are you doing today? Welcome to the Sunlit Room.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day.
It's always a beautiful day here in the Sunlit Room. No matter what's going on outside, there's sunshine in our hearts and in our ears. That's what we try and do here at 90.7 FM KSER. Now, Aline, you have a big show coming up this weekend on March 22nd. You're going to be performing at the Canoes Cabaret. Could you tell us a little bit about what to expect?
Yes, I'll be performing with a Native American or Native rapper named Complex Kai. He speaks about life on the reservation and leaving the reservation. And in between his originals, we'll be doing a lot of really soulful covers.
Oh, nice.
And I'll do one of my originals, so it should be a really fun evening.
It definitely sounds like it'll be a good time. And Aline's latest album, And Now, you've been hearing it played here on KSER for the last couple of months. We are all very, very big fans. And you can get that album if you're interested. It is available at Aline's website, alinevida.com. And Aline, how about you give us a song?
All right.
And let us hear what we're going to experience if we come see you live.
That's what keeps us having fun. We are so strong like a rolling tide. We have our moments and we will collide. But love don't ask for nothing. It just loves you for who you are. You are my love, and I will love you for who you are. Don't ask for nothing. You are my one and only love. Love propels you to rise above. Ooh.
Sunlit Room with Love Don't Ask, and that is definitely on the new album And Now, and has been played many, many times here in the Sunlit Room. Thank you for that, Aline. That was wonderful. Now, in your biography, it talks about how you moved all around the West Coast as a youngster. Do you think that constant moving helped to feed your passion for music?
Yes, I always felt most comfortable on the stage in front of a lot of people for some reason compared to interacting with small groups of people. I think it helped me to be more in my head as far as writing and being kind of to myself, so never had a problem with a lot of thoughts and needing to get that out.
All right, and you actually have a degree. You went to a pretty prestigious university, the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Yes.
What was that experience like as a young lady?
It was, I would call it performers boot camp because people think acting is just like playing games, and it is kind of having fun too, but you have to be prepared and you have to have a lot of stamina to get through. If you're going to put on a play or a show, you need to be prepared. So it prepared me and gave me a lot of discipline to get through things.
So did you ever run into those situations where you were in the lunchroom and just everyone broke out in song and dance like they did in Fame?
No, but everybody was always improvising, and everybody's always joking, and you were around enough talented people where you could joke all the time, and it was usually good because they had to be good to get in.
Definitely. Was being in that environment, knowing that there were so many talented people around there, did that help to push you, or do you think that at times it was actually a little bit, it put you off a little bit, like you were kind of afraid to go forward?
I think it definitely helped to push me. I had a coach, he's passed on now, a vocal coach, and he would always choose songs for me that I thought, oh, I can't sing that. I remember him choosing And I'm Telling You, and I was like, I thought that was like what I call a Big Mama Jama type song. But he got me to sing it, and you had teachers like that push you over so you just fly, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I actually can.
They wouldn't let you stay in your comfortable surroundings. They'd make you go out. Well, I gotta say, just as someone who listens to a ton of music, your voice is such that I don't think there's anything that you couldn't take on if you put your mind to it. You have such a wonderful voice and a rich tone, and I think our listeners really seem to respond to it. Now, getting back to your schooling, being in the LA area, your earliest performances during school, some of the hottest clubs and hottest places in LA. Again, did that help, or were there times where you were so scared you couldn't really get up on the stage?
It helped, but when I look back at it being older now, I think it's kind of crazy that I chose to sit in or asked to sit in at places where people in the business actually were, because if you messed up in front of like Hugh Hefner or whoever was hanging out that night. But it's like, that expression, go hard, you may as well just jump in.
That's right, that's it, sink or swim.
And I remember actually meeting Natalie Cole in the ladies' room, and I asked her, does she have any advice to get through, and she's like, you want to ask me that in the ladies' room? And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to see you again. And I said,
Exactly.
what does it take, to get through it or to make it? And she had to think for a minute, and she said, passion.
Yeah, I think that is the one ingredient that must be there. Everything else can be worked on, but if you don't have the passion, you just can't fake that part of it.
No.
Now, I found it very interesting that even after all that schooling, you went through such intense training, and then you attended a trade show, and then you found yourself in Sweden for 2 years. How did that come about?
Well, when you go to that trade show, it's like a kind of trade show for musicians where all these different music companies, all the EMI, BMI, they all have their little booths in Cannes, and I hung out in the Italian section because it seemed like they were having a big party. And in the Swedish section, to be honest, they were very friendly to me, if you know what I mean. So I felt warmly received, and you could speak English. So when I went to meet with one of the record companies there, I found, you know, that's not to be the case in every country. In France, they had like a French quota where you had to sing a certain amount of songs in French. In Sweden, you could sing in English. So that's why I decided to go there. And my band, ironically, ended up being all expatriates, African-American expatriates. Went all the way there. And
amazing. You
yeah.
go to Sweden and find put together a group like that.
Yeah.
Now, are there a lot of places in Sweden that you can play that are accepting to the type of music you do?
I think overall jazz is probably more popular, but there are places. But usually, if you're not like born in Sweden, you're not privy to those gigs first.
Right.
But there are places. It's easier to book bigger gigs if you are just visiting.
Was it difficult to make that transition from LA, where there are so many clubs that there's really an open mic at least every night if you wanted to go somewhere and play, to somewhere like Sweden where it was more strict and you had to work a whole lot harder to get the stage time?
Oh yeah, you're right. It was it was a long time ago, but it was harder. I was reminded, and I always thought I was like so European because my dad's Belgian, but I really realized how American I was there, and like home is home.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, we've got a lot more to get through, but how about we give the audience another song right now, if you don't mind. What are you going to sing for us now?
We're going to do Secrets and Lies.
Beautiful.
You can have all your secrets. You can have all your lies. I deserve more. Rest assured, I will not apologize. I know why you're like this, but that don't make it right. You've wasted your life, and I won't let you waste mine. You just stay the same. If I stay, I'll be to blame. Just that memories remain. Life is too short for insane. It was always clear who you were. Revealed secrets just make it clearer. It's been a busy and daunting ride. Now it's time to subside. The idea of love planted in my head. I waited, I realized what this is. Say goodbye to unclaimed wishes. You just stay the same. If I stay, I'll be to blame. Just that memories remain. Life is too short for insane. You just stay the same. If I stay, I'll be to blame. Just let memories remain. Life is too short for insane. Life is too short for insane. Life is too short for insane.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much. That is Aline Vida right here in the Sunlit Room. And remember, this is our spring pledge drive going on right now. If you enjoy discovering new independent artists and local artists like Aline, and not only hearing their music, but getting to know them a little bit, pick up that phone, pledge your support. It's 425-303-9070. There are operators standing by to take your phone calls. So please jot the number down, 425-303-9070. All right, when you found yourself ready to come back to America, you found yourself in New York City. Was that another one of those instances where after being in Sweden for a while, there was another culture shock getting back to so much going on in New York?
Oh no, actually I think it was a really smooth transition because they had the subway in Sweden, so I got acclimated to that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and so it was a smoother transition than I think if I had gone from LA to there.
Yeah, that's probably true. I forgot
And
about that.
I just seemed to just jump in. Yeah.
Now, while you were in New York playing gigs, one of the places that said you played regularly was Ashford and Simpson's Sugar Bar, which is pretty famous place up on the Upper East Side, I believe.
Right.
Now,
Upper West Side.
in Upper West Side. Okay. Now, when you were there, did you ever get a chance to meet either Ashford or Simpson?
Yes, I didn't sing there all the time, but I did go there because that was the type, what we professional musicians, we call a jam. They call it an open mic as far as advertisement, but that's where the real people go to shoot the breeze. Like, you don't go there if you can't sing.
Right.
So for me, as an artist, that's one of those places to walk the coals. So you don't want to go up there and not sound right. And Freddie Jackson is just drinking his coffee like, no. And
why are you here?
Yeah. They would
Gotcha.
go there after they finished their Broadway show, and Nicholas, he would walk around, and I was like, wow, his hair really is like that. And Valerie, she is so down to earth. Sometimes you admire people from afar, and they may not live up to your expectations, but she was so humble, and she was the only one that knew I put a spell on you. She played keys for me. So
Wow.
I was like, it's nice to see someone that you look up that's written all these great songs, and she didn't have any attitude whatsoever.
When you were going through those types of things, not just at that particular club, but any club, was there any particular bit of advice that you got during that period, or any of the previous periods, that you still try to remember today?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head as far as advice, but I do have a lot of people in my life that have already kind of been at a higher plane in their career, that have already gone through things, that always call to check on me, like Jim Satin. He used to be Bo Diddley's musical director.
Oh, wow.
I have people in my life that are motivating to me in that sense, to check on me, and I can cross-reference, like, what do you think about this? That's nice.
Now, when it comes to your writing, when you sit down and write a song, do you try, once you think you've got it complete, do you try to go somewhere and play it live before you commit it to a record, or do you like to record it first and then?
Well, actually, I used to sit in with a singer named Sweet Georgia Brown, and her drummer that she had playing for her, we started to collaborate. So I cross-reference things with him. His name is Warren Grant. It's great to write with a drummer, because if they're good, they follow a certain pattern. So we cross-reference with each other, and he's studying at Berkeley for songwriting.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. So after all of this, studying in LA, you're in Sweden for a couple of years, you do some time in New York City, well, then you finally hit the big time. You come here to Everett. What drew you to Everett? What made you decide to call Everett your home?
Well, to make a long story short, and it's a great segue into the next song we're going to be doing, my mother's sister, who lived in Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, she got cancer, and it was one of those things like a movie. Maybe I'm trying to make it less serious than what it is, but she found out, and within, you know, a few months, boom, gone. And my mom for years had been saying you need to be closer to family, and you know, you as an adult you just want to be like, oh, I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's just say her dying that quickly expedited the process that I need to be closer. If anything ever happened, I would, not that we could have prolonged her life, but wasn't able to spend as much time as I could. Like, you can't take 3 months off of work. So
Yeah.
I thought, boom, need to be near my mom.
So are you happy with the choice? Are you finding Everett to being to your liking thus far?
Yes, I like it. There are a lot of great singer-songwriters here. There's definitely a different flavor, I think, because of the surroundings.
Yeah.
Of course, there's certain things that I miss, but I only have one mom, so.
That's for sure. I know that you know, being a host of a community radio show like I am, I count my blessings every day that I happen to have landed in this area, because there are so many talented artists here that deserve to be heard. Artists like yourself that you know, may not get a chance to get played, you know, without these independent radio stations around the country who are just, they hear it, they like it, we put it on the
Right.
air. You know, that's kind of our function here. So you know, again, thank you very much for thinking of us, and thank you for providing us with the CD that that I, for one, absolutely love.
Thank you so much.
And I've enjoyed sharing it with the listeners. We are getting a little short on time,
Okay.
so how about we give them that that final song, and then we'll come back and close things up.
All right. We're going to do a ballad. This is called On My Own, and I'd like to dedicate it to anyone that's lost someone that they love very much. Dark and hollow, the feeling of loss, not ready to part, a pain it caused. You were my best friend, even good storms end. I wanna thank you for your point of view. I wanna go where you are, but I know it
but to turn it into something of such immense beauty, thank you. Thank you for that. Your loss is a gain for the rest of us. What a beautiful, beautiful song. Ladies and gentlemen, Aline Vida here in the Sunlit Room, and I'm going to apologize for my manners. We did not introduce this amazing guitar player that is playing with you today. Herman, thank you so much for coming in today and playing for us. Aline is going to be at Canoes Cabaret on March 22nd. That's out in Tulalip at the casino. And we almost forgot as well, a newly announced show. Is it April 11th at Craven Cajun right here in Everett?
Starting at 7:30 on a Friday, April the 11th.
All right, that's fantastic. And be sure, if you like what you hear, to go to Aline's website, alinevida.com, and you can check for upcoming shows that she'll be doing throughout the area. I'm sure you're going to have some more throughout this summer that we will be happy to attend. Anything else you'd like to say to your fans and to our listeners?
I just want to thank all of my loyal fans that have always been in the background pushing me to always record and to create. I really couldn't do it without you, and thank you very much.
All right, thank you again, Alita. We very much, sorry, Aline, I don't know where that came from. Thank you again for giving of your time and your talent so freely today. It has been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, it is our spring pledge drive here at KSER. The phone number to call is 425-303-9070. Support independent public radio in your community, and we'll do our best to keep supporting these amazing independent artists that we are so lucky to have so many of in our region. I need to take a moment as well to thank a different type of supporter, one of our beloved KSER business believers. This time around, I need to thank the League of Women Voters of Snohomish County for your continued support of independent public radio and for everything else you do in the community. You are absolutely wonderful, and we thank you very much for your 20-plus years of support of this great little radio station that could. And if we've been too subtle in our message, it's time for the afternoon blues break. And John Lee Hooker isn't much known for his subtlety. He's just going to tell you like it is. I need some money.
Perfect. Thank you.
There we go. Well, thank you so much. I hope that was a fairly painless for you guys.
Boy, that time went fast.
Didn't it, though?